FM Iwan Fals featuring Geiza, izinkan aku menyayangimu. Wah, mohon maaf saya potong dulu sebentar karena sekarang sudah saatnya untuk RRI IKN Your English Service. Anda jangan kemana-mana, kami akan hadirkan tamu spesial kita siang hari ini.
Ibu Kota Nusantara, IKN, menjadi katalis peningkatan peradaban manusia Indonesia dan representasi kemajuan bangsa Indonesia. RRI hadir di Ibu Kota Nusantara, IKN, melalui 98,3 FM dan aplikasi RRI Digital.
Right, listener, welcome to RRI IKN, Your English Service. With me, Arbi Amaze, and as I mentioned before, we are on the line with the Director of United Nations Information Center, Indonesia, Bapak Miklos Gaspar. Let me just say hi directly to him. Hello, greetings, Miklos.
Hello, selamat siang, good afternoon.
Selamat siang, good afternoon. How are you today?
I am very well, how are you?
I'm very well as well. Thank you so much. Apologize for the delay for the show. Anyway, in this short notice, as we have in the topic, the UN supports in Indonesia and how Indonesia supports UN. Can you please elaborate about our topic for today?
Sure. So first of all, thank you for your interest. There are 26 agencies that are working together to support Indonesian people and the government in reaching their development objectives. We have a common program framework with the government, which these 26 agencies are working to implement. There's a wide range of support in many areas, from modernizing agriculture to working with people with disabilities, for instance, to make it easier for them to find jobs, to increasing access to clean water and clean energy at remote islands of Indonesia. There are many areas in which we work together.
All right, 20 agencies. Sorry, continue.
26 agencies.
26, yes. 26 agencies.
Yes.
All right, and how far...
I'm now sitting in,
Okay.
I'm now sitting in the office of one of them.
Okay.
You can see this photo behind me. I'm in UNICEF, UNICEF, the UN's Children's Agency. They are one of the largest agencies active in Indonesia from the UN family.
Okay. So basically, besides you said earlier, modernizing agriculture and not to forget children capacity upgrading.
Yes. So for instance, in terms of UNICEF's work on children, there are still many children in Indonesia who don't go to school. So the UNICEF, together with the government, is running to change that. Also, during the COVID-19 pandemic, there was a slowdown in vaccination for other diseases. So again, UNICEF is supporting the government to make sure that they catch up. There's a catch up on vaccinations.
All right. So now, how about Indonesia support toward United Nations?
So Indonesia has a very active foreign policy, particularly now, under President Jokowi. Indonesia is a big supporter of the multilateral system, a consensus-based system, where decisions are made after listening, to every country. So Indonesia is active in many UN agencies. It sits on the board of several UN agencies, so it's in a prime, governance role. And also, Indonesia is among the large contributors to United Nations peacekeeping.
Okay.
It's depending, it changes, but Indonesia is the seventh largest contributor to UN peacekeeping. There are several thousand Indonesian soldiers and, police officers who work mostly in Africa, helping to maintain peace. And the UN is very thankful for that.
Okay. About 26 agencies are the manpower for these 26 agencies in Indonesia. Are they coming from local, or there are also some expat staffs that working together with
That's
the
a great
UN?
question. So we are 2,000 people at the UN, and more than 90% are Indonesian.
90%. Great to hear
Or
that.
over 90% are Indonesian. There are just over about 100 people who are from other countries. And then sometimes, as we need to run various projects, we engage people who are not based in Indonesia but have a particular expertise that Indonesia or our counterparts, government ministries, sometimes municipalities require.
Nice. So in this short notice, our last minutes, do you have any message or hopes that you would like to convey to our listener out there, Indonesia and abroad?
Thank you. So I hope we'll be able to continue this.
We will
relationship.
count on it.
The
I mean, this
UN,
talk. Yeah.
Yeah. So UN, is very thankful to Indonesia for what it does for the UN, and also as Indonesia matures, we are going to, we are very happy to promote its own development efforts and how Indonesia can support, poorer countries, whether in Asia or Africa, through its success. Perhaps next time we talk, I can also mention a few projects that we have in IKN. Several agencies are starting to work in IKN. There is an agreement between the UN and OIKN on exploring areas of mutual support, and some of these projects have already started.
Nice. All right then, Miklos Gavares, the director of United Nations Information Center. Thank you so much for having a little bit chit chat with us. I do hope that you could spare some other time in the future with us.
Excellent. I look forward to it. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Right, listener, that's our short conversation with Miklos Gaspares, the director of the United Nations Information Center Indonesia. Do wait for our other programs of RRI IKN, yes, your English service. With me, Arbi Amaza, and all the crew here. We have Charles Nenobais, and also Wisnu Aswin, not to forget Femi, and also Rina. I'm Arbi Amase. Thanks so much for listening and watching the RRI IKN, yes, your English service, only on 98.3 FM RRI IKN.
Ibu Kota Nusantara, IKN, menjadi katalis peningkatan peradaban manusia Indonesia dan representasi kemajuan bangsa Indonesia. RRI hadir di Ibu Kota Nusantara, IKN, melalui 98,3 FM dan aplikasi RRI Digital.